Human life is sacred, holy, and precious. God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Even for the irreligious and the unchurched, life is beautiful. Life is a gift everyone can perceive. Why then do we not do more to protect every new life? The unborn child, the fetus in the womb, is a living miracle. I think there is no appropriate time to end that miracle, and that there is no safe time to kill that life. Instead of arguing over whether it's better to do so at 23 weeks or 24 weeks, I believe we should be zooming out and reflecting on how we got here in the first place. To me, if someone feels abortion is their only answer, we're asking the wrong questions. It takes two to tango. Men should step up to the mark more and take responsibility. And with that responsibility comes a right to partake in the conversation. When deciding a child's future, both parents should get a say. And if you ask me, no womb, no voice is an ignorant chant used to shut down a very important conversation. Birth is a consequence of sex. That used to be a basic biological fact understood by all. When two people are married, they make love and start a family. From my personal standpoint, since the sexual revolution, sex has become a commodity in the pursuit of personal pleasure. And as a result, I think people are lonelier and sadder. If one doesn't want to start a family, one can still choose not to have sex. There are many forms of contraception, and I would argue that that's probably part of the problem. But abortion should not be seen as one. We hear a lot about choice. That's the most powerful, most harmless choice. Rather than choosing whether to end a life or not, why not choose to not live a life in sin? There are extreme circumstances where that choice is horribly taken away, but that is far from the norm. Abortions are up to 200,000 per year in England and Wales, over that in fact, with the number of abortions almost matching the number of marriages. We're ending as many families as we are starting. We often hear that without legal abortions, women would die in backstreet DIY clinics, and some studies estimate that more than 100,000 women per year in England and Wales were forced to seek out an unsafe, illegal abortion before the Abortion Act of 1967 came into force. But those statistics are disputed, and I think the spectre of backstreet abortions is used to emotionally blackmail us. We're not actually talking enough about the impact an abortion has on a woman's mental health. There is always another way. Extended families, adoption, but I think these are conversations people are no longer willing to have. In my experience, the debate is instantly shut down with the my body, my chance, my body, my choice rhetoric, forgetting the fact that we're talking about a new life, a separate body, one without its own voice. I think it's our duty to be a voice, an advocate, and a media for those who are vulnerable and too vulnerable to speak for themselves. MPs recently backed plans for new laws to create buffer zones around abortion centres, banning people from praying or even crossing themselves in the vicinity of abortion centres. No peaceful, prayerful vigils allowed. The so-called pro-choice lobby has almost managed to outlaw freedom of religion as well as the right to protest. To me, the people who believe in the power of prayer are doing all they can to protect life and to support vulnerable would-be mothers. And I say so-called pro-choice because gone are the days when people pretended this was about a woman's choice. We now see openly pro-abortion activists celebrating the end of life. And from my perspective, it's demonic, it's depressing, and it will be the end of us. There were 214,869 terminations last year, the highest number since the procedure became legal in Great Britain through the 1967 Abortion Act. Numbers have been going up every year since 2016. I'd like to take a moment to mourn every last potential boy and girl. May light perpetual shine upon them. Jesu mercy, may we pray.